Some of the steps that our office have done is to make justice to the children very accessible.
We must do everything in the best interest of the child. So even if the child has committed an offense, we must protect the child as a society, and as prosecutors, they must do that. These are rooms that have been put together to support the criminal justice actors, and they're housed by the ODPP, so that when a child has committed an offense, or maybe a child is a victim and they need to be interviewed, as opposed to a child being interviewed by, from the police station to the prosecutor to the DCS, child officer to the court, etc. It provides a one-stop interviewing place, which is friendly, which has a video conferencing facility, so that when fully implemented, a child can just speak to one person and everybody else can be able to listen in.
When a child is in court, the court atmosphere is not so friendly. In my experience, the perpetrators usually threaten the child. So when the child is giving evidence when in court, the child may not really open up and say everything that happened. But now, because the child-friendly room is in the prosecutor's office, and the prosecutor is friendly to the child, now the child is able to give evidence and open up and say everything that happened.
One of the key areas that advised this particular extension was just the impact on children during the pandemic, and especially those who are vulnerable as relates to crime. So what we did was to leverage on our work to help support hearings through the provision of a video link to several of those institutions, saving those children time from moving from one place to the other.
With the partnership of UNODC, we have had a number of trainings whereby our prosecutors have been able to understand that a child is a special person in the system. We are able to, first of all, consider, is there a possibility of diverting this matter so that at the end of the day, the child's life is not disrupted in a manner that may affect that child's social development or physical development or in any other way. We also appreciate the fact that with the partnership of UNODC, we are now able to have a children's guide on how to handle children who come into contact or in conflict.
And we hope to move on during the next PLEAD 2 in a much more engaged manner when it comes to supporting children in conflict with the law. We find that these children perhaps form some of our biggest talent, I think, and most misunderstood part of the community. And the chances of rehabilitation and reintegration of these children is so much higher if they are given much more intense support.